was silent. Every eye was fixed on the man in chains. Wellman Anthony Santee, the judge declared, his voice hard as stone. The state of California finds you guilty of the murder of Highway Patrol Officer Ledden Jacobs. You are sentenced to not less than 20 and no more than 35 years in the state penitentiary. Until your recovery, you will remain in the prison hospital. After that, you'll be transferred to the men's colony at San Gorgonio, where you will begin your sentence. The judge leaned forward, almost daring him. Santee, have you anything to say? Santee's lips curved into a bitter smile. If I do, it won't be here. Those words hung in the air like a promise. Days later, Santee's transport stopped on a dusty stretch of desert road. The guards pulled him out under the excuse of a bathroom break. One of them muttered with mockery, "Piss call." "I just pissed 20 minutes ago," Santee shot back. "Well, looks like you're going to piss again." The desert sun beat down mercilessly. Sand stretched in every direction. When they thought he was broken, he struck. Quick, sharp, vicious. One moment the guards were in control, the next chaos exploded. Gunfire, shouts, blood on the dust, and then Santee was gone. The news hit the LAPD like a hammer. Detective Frank Severance, face grim, spoke to Sheriff Sita. "The officer Santee killed last June." "Jacob, he was a friend." The sheriff nodded solemnly. "I understand, but it's not just personal to you anymore, Lieutenant. It's personal for all of us." But the situation was worse than they imagined. Santee had taken a hostage, a woman named Rita Merrick. At first, she seemed just an innocent bystander at a gas pump. But when detectives looked deeper, they found more. Rita wasn't just anyone. She was a deputy sheriff, tough, decorated, known for her iron will, known for her temper, and now she was chained to a killer. "If Santee finds out she's a cop," one officer whispered, "the desert's
He'll kill her
without a second thought." Mile after mile of barren land stretched under the blazing sky. Rita's heart pounded with each step, each stolen breath. She tried to keep her voice steady. "What's your name?" she asked. "Why do you care?" Santee growled. "Just asking. You want to know my crime? I turned away from Jesus, that's my crime." The words were cruel, laced with bitterness. Rita looked at him, not just as a criminal, but as a man drowning in his own darkness. They stumbled across an old ranch house. An old man stepped out, lines of time and sorrow etched across his face. "Henry," Santee said flatly. "Or should I say Dad?" The silence was heavier than the desert heat. Father and son, broken by years, faced each other with nothing but pain between them. "You can fix anything, can't you, old man?" Santee mocked. The old man's voice cracked. "I thought I could. But some things just don't fix." For a fleeting second, Santee's mask faltered, but just as quickly the anger returned. He shoved Rita forward. "We don't have time for ghosts." The chase tightened. Police swarmed the highways. Helicopters scoured the desert skies. Every roadblock, every canyon, every dirt trail, they knew he was out there. But Santee always seemed one step ahead. "He'll head for Joshua Tree," Rita whispered, her instincts sharp. "That's his ground. That's where he feels safe." The sheriff didn't like it, but he knew she was right. If he makes it into the backcountry, he could vanish into Mexico, Nevada, anywhere. But Rita's presence had changed everything. Somewhere between fear and survival, a fragile connection sparked between her and Santee. She saw the cracks in his armor, and maybe, just maybe, he saw something in her he couldn't kill. The standoff came high in the mountains. At the edge of Joshua Tree, dust swirled in the air as armed officers spread out, rifles raised. "Santee," Sheriff Seta's voice boomed. "Nobody's going to harm you. It's over, drop it." But Santee stood tall, his gun pressed close to Rita. His eyes burned with defiance. "What is this, darling? An arrest?" he sneered. "You don't look like a deputy. You look like an accomplice." Rita's heart raced. For a moment, even the police doubted her. She could feel it, the line between captive and partner blurring. And then came the shots, shouts, the roar of guns, echoing through the desert canyons. When the dust cleared, Santee was down. The nightmare ended. Rita stood alone in the silence, the weight of everything crashing down. Later, when someone asked her why she stayed alive, why she hadn't given in to fear, she only said quietly, "I guess I just couldn't let go." But in her heart, she knew the truth. She had walked through the fire with a man who had lost everything, and somehow she had come back out whole.